Hello comrades and welcome to JRZ Suspension. For those of you who just suddenly ended up to this video and don't know what this video or my channel is about, my name is Misha and I represent a company called Apex Nürburg, which specializes in renting of vehicles for the world famous Nürburgring. This is the 2017 Toyota GT86 facelifted model, and from the moment that we purchased this car we said we're gonna modify it, and one of the most important key components of the car is the suspension, especially if you're talking about the Nürburgring. So we have chosen for JRZ Suspension, and today we're gonna tell you more about the company, more about the product, what it does, and so on and so on. And for that I will leave the word to Nick, who is one of the key people behind JRZ Suspension. So could you maybe shortly tell about yourself, what you're doing, and well, and then short introduction about the JRZ Suspension as well.
Yeah, sure, of course. So I'm Nick, I work at JRC Suspension. We have over 25 years of experience with shock absorbers for race cars. Originally we started purely on race cars, mostly Porsche. In America we're doing pretty good with all kinds of cups. So yeah, we built Misha JRZ RS Pro, which is our double adjustable shock absorber, especially for street use and also track.
One of the most strange things when you hear JRZ, it's a company from Holland. We are right now in Holland, but for some stupid reason they are not that famous in Holland, right? Or in Europe at all. No. But in fact, if you look at their motorsport success, about over 50% of people in the Porsche Cup of United States drive with your suspension kit.
Yes, right? Yes, we have a lot of customers in America.
Yeah, and even if we look again back at the Nürburgring, the famous pro sports team of the Nürburgring that's running the Porsche Cayman GT4 Cup, they're running JRZ suspension, right?
Yes, JRZ
so
Motorsport.
This is again just one of the reasons why I've chosen for JRZ Suspension. They are highly successful in motorsports. They've proven themselves on the Nürburgring, and right now they are trying to enter more mainstream market for the street and track use, less motorsports. And this is why I've chosen to try out their new JRZ RS Pro suspension. Okay, that's some nice background information about the company, and I'm pretty sure if you know how to find this video on YouTube, you're also familiar with Google. So if you want to know more about the company, make sure to look up their website. You can find it in the description of this video. But for now, let's have a look at this particular set that we can find under the hood, together with the famous Toyota, or should I better say Subaru 4-cylinder 2-liter boxer engine. So we again have chosen for the JRZ RS Pro set. So could you maybe shortly tell about this set?
Yeah, sure. So the JRZ RS Pro is a double adjustable damper with an external reservoir. Yeah. It's adjustable in compression. It's on the reservoir. It has 15 clicks. Yeah. And it's also adjustable in rebound, which is on the shaft. Yeah. On the RS Pro you can also adjust the gas pressure on the back, so that increases lifting force. Okay. This particular set is a sport, so it also includes bearings and the JRZ top mount.
Okay, so you can also adjust the camber, negative camber.
Yeah, correct, and it's more stiff.
Yeah, absolutely. Of course, there are also suspensions with even 3 or 4 settings, and for those, you also produce them as well, right?
Sure.
For those, if you have asked, why didn't you go for the 3 settings, so 4 settings? Maybe you can comment on that.
Yeah, so when you go for triple or even quadruple adjustable shock absorbers, you really need to know what you're doing. Yeah, so for a basic setup, the RS Pro is perfect. Yeah. Especially when you do a lot of track days. Yeah. We also have the RS1 and RS2, which is a twin tube damper, which has the adjustments on the shock itself. Yeah. So that's easier for install, but this is really a good set when you do kind of a lot of track work, but also street.
Basically for our application, track usage, this is just perfect, exactly. And if you are as a consumer want a car that you still kind of use for, well, not even every day, but can you use this kit for everyday use?
Yes, we have customers who drive them every day with great success.
And I can indeed confirm this comfort part. I have driven this car already a couple of kilometers on the street for some test drive, so comfort is actually okay. Of course, I couldn't go, crazy bananas in the corners because it's again a public road, so we will have a lot of tests and even happy, satisfied customers on the track. So if you haven't, make sure to subscribe to see all that, because we're going to have a lot of Nürburgring related content and even other tracks, because this Sunday I'm going to participate with Dutch Time Attack on the Dutch circuit of Zandvoort, which is also famous for a lot of elevation changes where you need good suspension. So I hope to tell you more by then. But let's have a quick look also on the back, how you installed the rear kit. This is actually pretty nice track prepped. Again, external reservoirs and the adjustment settings easily accessible. It could have been also done that you could keep original upholstery inside, of course, but since this car will be mostly like 95% be used on a track. We just said, you know, weight reduction, get rid of it. But if you don't want external reservoirs, for I don't know what reason you wouldn't like them, because they look amazing. Of course, they cost a bit more. You also have sets that come like mounted on the
Yes, we have. We can go always. We also supply sets that fit OA top mounts, so that's also no problem.
Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this very short but still detailed introduction about JRZ suspension. And again, if you want to know more, make sure to check out their website, check out their products. And again, we're gonna have a lot more detailed in-depth reviews and the whole process of tuning this car, because again, it's pretty certain that we need to readjust the suspension once we go on the track, when we're gonna find new things, and also we're gonna fit different wheels. Right now we're still running stock wheels with stock tires, because this weekend the weather gonna be kind of like So in the end we're gonna put semi-slicks on it with larger wheels and also additional sway bars, which will require readjustments. So for all that, make sure to subscribe so you can follow this progress of the build of the car. But for now, I want to say big thank you.
You're welcome.
To you for this amazing set. I'm looking forward again to test it out on the track. And the fast forward 200 kilometers into Germany and into very late night. We're already installing a second mod, or I should better say him, Alex from RT Motorsport. We're putting the HKS exhaust on it. We will get back to it in a small bit, but before that, let me show you also something else at Rentec. Hello.
Hello.
So you're not only doing Mercedes, but also Audis, I can tell.
If the customer requests it, we do it as well, yes.
Yeah, so what happens to this Bentley?
Well, it's, let's say, stage 2 conversion with upgraded turbos, ECU, TCU upgrades, custom downpipes, and the Capristo flap exhaust system. And just checking if everything, you know, is as it should be after the last test drive, and then tomorrow we will go on the dyno and see how much over 700 horsepower we get out.
Yeah, so stock is 700 or?
No, it's 528.
Okay.
It's
So
a V8.
yeah.
That's a V8S.
Yeah.
So basically it's an RS6 engine, but with smaller turbos.
Yeah.
So it will max out just with the software under 600 horsepower. Or let's say normally from factory.
Yeah.
I think this GT3R,
Yeah.
this is 580.
Yeah.
So you can add like another, I don't know, 50, 60 on stock turbos. So this is like a larger turbo setup now.
Yeah.
Yeah, a flap exhaust system from Capristo, which is plug and play and even street legal with this E-type approval here.
Oh, nice. Made in Germany,
Yeah,
like the car, right?
yeah. And the funny thing is, it's also like, you know, you have a remote control, so you can decide how loud you want it to be.
Yeah. Cool. So you expect it to be around 700?
Yeah. Must be over 700 horsepower. Not exactly sure how much it will be, because, you know, we are usually specialized in Mercedes tuning, but still, if we have customers who are requesting this, why not?
And here are the turbos mounted in hot configuration, or how do you call it?
Yeah, well, AMG call it the Hot V.
Hot V.
Not sure about the Audi engineers how they call it, but yeah.
Yeah. Nice. Nice.
It's quite a small engine for such a heavy car, to be honest.
So this explains the Audi steer,
Yeah.
because the engine is really in front of the axle.
This is what I don't like about the car. And also all the infotainment stuff is really like Audi 10 years ago.
Yeah. Well, yeah, the car is like 16 years old by now.
Well, it is, but it's
Yeah.
the new Bentley Continental.
Yeah, but still.
So, you know.
Yeah. Well, I'll let you to it, and I'll probably come back like in 2 days once you're done. We will tell how much horsepower we really got. But now to the main guest of tonight, the GT86. So I showed you in the previous vlogs that we have decided to go for the HKS exhaust. That means the exhaust together with the manifold, HKS manifold and stock manifold. By now the exhaust is already off, so I can show you the stock version versus the HKS one. So again, carbon fiber, it's lighter, better flow, and so on and so on. It took Alex approximately like what, 1 hour to take the stock one off?
1 hour.
Yeah, so just an indication for you to, if you ever decided to do it by yourself with the appropriate tools, you can do it in 1 hour. And after about 2 hours of work, and after 2 hours, the old exhaust is gone and the new one installed. So a huge shout out to RT Motorsport for fixing that in such a short time. And make sure to check out the description of this video and like their Facebook page, because their website is currently in development, because they have an emergency service. So if you have an emergency just like I have, or even worse if something happens during Touristenfahrten, because they are located like what, 1 minute driving from the entrance? Yeah, more or less. Yeah.
Tire 2 minutes.
Yeah, if you lose a tire, 2 minutes. So in case, God forbid, something happens to your car or of your buddy's car, make sure to have their number, to give them a call, and they will sort you out. Whether it's a exhaust on a JDM car, a turbo upgrade on a Audi-ish Bentley car, or a Mercedes, or a BMW, or even a Volkswagen or an Astra, that we still have to review, by the way, they will have your back sorted. But yeah, we're gonna map this car hopefully tomorrow and then head out to Time Attack. And a lot more content to come, but first a couple of hours of sleep, which I desperately need. So I hope you enjoyed today's progress updates on the GT86, and see you guys tomorrow. Bye.